Welcome to Hanwha here at IPC Apex Expo. Delighted to be joined by Jonny Nichols. Great to see you again, Jonny.
Yeah. Hi, Trevor. How are you? Thank you.
Yeah. So we're standing here in front of your the HM520W.
Yes, sir.
So this is an odd form placement machine, which is quite common in the industry to have odd form placement machines, but the range of functionality within this machine is quite extraordinary. Yes, so start and take us through some of the quite unique features within this system.
Okay, very good. Well, to start with, this is our high performance family of machines that you see here, known as the HM series. All right. This is a model HM520W. The previous machines here in the line are HM520 machines, but the difference is this is the W designation. All right. The W means wide. Not just a wider machine platform, but a wider ranging machine. So when we say wider ranging, we're talking about the component range, all right? This can place the small, the tall, the large, the heavy, the massive, etc. And when we start talking about what kind of range we're actually talking about from a technical spec standpoint, this will take you down to the 0201 metric devices, but it'll also take you up to components that are 200 millimeters by 130 millimeters in size, up to 55 millimeters tall, and up to 300 grams in weight. So, for example, when we start talking about millimeters and everything, sometimes it doesn't resonate until you see what I'm talking about.
Right.
So my visual aid here is a board that actually illustrates what 150 by 150 is. So to give you some example of that, that's a very large component in its own right. The HM520, because it's a wide-ranging system, can do out to 200 millimeters by 140 millimeters in size. And when we start talking about 55 millimeters tall, that's about like this. This is over 2 inches tall. So a component machine or a component mounter machine that's capable of doing a range of parts like that is certainly special, and we kind of characterize it as an extreme machine because of its ability to handle very, very large SMT parts.
Right.
Now, part of the wide-ranging capability means it can also take you into some of the through-hole applications as well. So this machine is not reserved only for SMT. It's actually capable of handling some of the through-hole insertion devices as well. And I will say, when you start getting into that, there are SMT connectors that are SMT, of course, but they have snap fit. Some of the snap fit requirements on really large connectors, there may be 3 or 4 points on that, and some of them require quite a bit of force to do that, right? So these machines are capable of inserting up to 100 newtons of force, which is approximately 26 pounds, all right? So extreme, certainly. So to be able to handle 200 microns by 100 micron size components and then go all the way out to 200 by 130, 55 tall, 300 grams in weight, and put that kind of insertion force, certainly that's an extreme machine and a really beautiful platform to complement what we can do with the upstream HM520HSs and the 520MF machines.
Right.
Okay.
So let me get this into concept. I mean, it's a huge size, 150 by 200. Yeah. What kind of component is that?
Yeah, that's a good question. And, it's challenging for us because we're always being asked to do smaller, right? Yeah. And by the way, we need sub 30 micron placement accuracy, et cetera, et cetera. And so as a maker of pick and place machines, we've been asked to deliver a process window of this big, and it keeps growing and growing. Now we're being asked to handle components that are not just bigger components too, in addition to that, but they want to be able to place some of these components at 20 micron placement accuracy. Wow. So to have a machine like this that can handle the range and place at that accuracy of the devices that are being driven by some of the military contractors that are out there, or even places like Intel that are building the package components that, by the way, are very, very expensive. And I will tell you, not because of Intel, but when you look at some of the costs of some of these component packages like this, some of these are in excess of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per part, per package part. So to be able to handle that or process that with automation, it absolutely has to be handled perfectly. You get one shot at it, and you got to do it right every single time, all the time.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, and so I imagine with that, these things are not just big, but there must be a certain amount of weight to them as well.
Significant amount of weight, and that's interesting that you say that. So back to my visual aids here, right? When we start talking about how heavy of a part can you handle, right? This is a Galaxy cell phone, right? This is about 200 grams in weight. Our machines, again, the HM520W, being more of an extreme machine, can handle up to 300 grams of weight. So I can handle 50% more than the weight of this cell phone, right? So when you look at a machine that can handle that kind of part range and handle the massiveness of heavy, high mass parts like that, that again makes it a very, very powerful extreme machine that can be used independently It can be used for through-hole insertion lines where people are using selective soldering or wave soldering. It can be used for select SMT parts that are very heavy, very massive, that need a high accuracy of placement capability.
Right.
So it's a great complement to the HM line or the HM family that we have, or again, it can be used as a standalone machine.
Yeah. So I mean, so let's look at what you're picking that up with. I mean, are you using grippers? Are you using suction technology? How are you handling it?
Yes and yes. Okay. So the answer there is you have to be flexible in terms of the vacuum nozzles that you offer. So you have to offer a very wide variety of vacuum nozzles for different applications, and some lighter mass applications can be supported by gripper or vacuum nozzles. When you get into other applications, you may require a gripper. So we have two different types of gripper technologies. We offer mechanical gripper technology, and we offer special electric gripper technology. And what both of them do is they have different applications, but one gives you a little more flexibility and versatility as opposed to the other one's more dedicated. And both of them are very good, and you have to be able to support both. So with Hanwha, you have the access or the availability to configure machines with mechanical grippers, with electric grippers, and of course all the vacuum nozzle technology that we've been using in the past.
Right. Wow. Okay. Wow. I mean, so that really makes this an extremely versatile piece of equipment.
It really is. And, again, we don't like to say that it's just merely a complement to the other HM machine models that we have. This can actually be ran as a standalone unit. Yeah. If you're looking for a flexible mounter or an extreme flexible mounter, it can be used for that. If you want a through-hole insertion machine, it's not designed specifically for that, but it can give you SMT and through-hole insertion capability as well. Right.
Okay. That's incredible. Well, Jonny, I want to thank you for showing us this today. I mean, we did take a quick look at it back at Productronica, but we didn't get a fraction of the information you've just given us on it.
Well, there's a lot to say. There's a lot to be excited about. Yeah. And we're learning every day. We're always continuously improving as Hanwha, and this is testament of that. Who knows where we'll be this time next year?
Yeah, okay. I know. Well, good job. Thank you for showing that to us today.
Okay.
Imagine the competitive advantages of producing high mix and high volume PCB assembly on a single SMT line, running non-stop even during changeovers. It's available now from the only maker in the world providing mixed production SMT line solutions complete with full dual printing, SPI, pick and place, reflow, AOI and board handling machinery for different product dual lane processing in the smallest footprint possible. Make more PCB assemblies with less time, less space, less investment.